what is a screen? Has to be legal. A?
Come on.
Who? Who's placing your body? Are you a defender or an offensive player? Okay, so an offensive or defensive player placing their body in the path of an opponent. What's the purpose of it? Okay, to impede them, slow them up, create some space, a couple seconds, sure. Does that look like it sounds like it might be right? We along that line, sort of? Legal action. You have to be in bounds, right? We talked about that the other day. You have to be in bounds, all that good stuff. All right. To establish a legal screen, the screener shall. You are going to fill in the blanks for me. Stay blank. Stay what? Within their vertical plane with the stance approximately.
Shoulder.
Beautiful. The screener shall be, except when both the screener and opponent are moving in the same blank and blank. The screener shall be stationary, except when both the screener and opponent are moving in the same.
Speed and direction.
Call a friend?
That sounds like we're not sure.
Sounds like we're not sure. Come on. Screener shall be stationary, you said, except when both the screener and opponent are moving in the same path and direction. There we go. Not be required to blank in any particular direction.
Face.
Face, thank you. And blank and blank are relevant.
Time and distance.
Yes, there we go. Let's play. To whoever, there's your point, there's CBL. We were just talking about the Canadian Pro League. Are we not going? There's a mouse right next to you. You don't want to use it? That is it. Please don't. So it's not going to play? Hey! Hey!
Illegal.
Okay, how many people think that is illegal? Put your hand up, please and thank you. Anybody think it is legal? No. Okay, somebody that put their hand up, tell me what makes this illegal. Go again.
He's outside of his
Okay, you're
vertical.
not allowed to talk anymore because you get to talk a lot, and you talk a lot. I want somebody else. You're going to start picking people. I love that you talk. Yes?
They moved outside of their vertical plane.
Outside of their vertical plane, think back to our rules. Yes, what else?
Displace the shoulder with.
Not shoulder width apart. So they're out of their cylinder, and no, you can't help yourself. It's okay. So they were out of their cylinder, right? Still moving?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Were they still
They're
moving?
moving, yeah.
Play it, please. There we go. Okay, biggest thing is he comes outside, his feet are obviously too wide. And he is still, is he ever there?
Moving.
Still moving, perfect. Now, let's talk coverage. Okay, so we're all doing three-person top coverage. Can you bring it to just before the collision? Nope. Try it again. I know, I don't like this system.
Should be a C.
Stop right there. Stop, stop.
It's a C call.
Okay? One more time. This is bad system, hey? That's you reading that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, one more time. I'm sorry, this technical stuff is not, okay.
Trying to get it to.
That's okay, forget it. Okay, I just heard it's a C call. It is not a C call, it is a trail call. And the reason the trail misses it is because the trail is straight lined. Okay, that's number one. You agree? That's the number one reason. The second reason is because the trail is not anticipating and understanding the game of basketball and what is going to happen first. The action area is going to be the screen. Most offenses now start with the screen. Am I wrong?
No.
Thank you. Okay, so train your brain to forget about the defender-dribbler matchup because that don't matter. What matters is that screen that's coming to start the whole thing. That's where your eyes need to go. So as a referee, you need to know, we're gonna probably start with a screen. I got you guys, I see you, I've got my nice angle, my 2 and 2, I'm not going ahead, right? And I'm looking for that screen. So you're ready for it when it happens. He's not ready, he's out of position, and he's not even ready, he's not ready for it at all. I'm on the other side of the floor, that's me and C. I could come get this. We're reffing pro. I expect my partner to be able to make that call. So I did not do my due diligence and pull the trigger to go help him because I went like this. I went, oh, that's an illegal screen. Oh shit, why doesn't he have a whistle? Oh well, too late now, and we just continue on. Because I mind after myself. I waited too damn long because I was shocked he didn't have a whistle. Shame on me. I need to come get that play because it is what? it's secondary, and it's also what? Is it obvious? If it's obvious, we have to get it, okay? Get it if it's obvious. Do we want the lead coming that far? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not a God and country. We're not saving any lives with that play, okay? We're just pissing people off, okay? Excellent. It is not legal if a player causes contact by setting a screen,
Outside,
the visual field of a,
moving opponent.
no, not moving. No, not defensive. Opponent that does not allow, boom, 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 backward without contact. This is your high school book.
One number step.
One normal step is correct. Ding, 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 causes contact by setting the screen. Yes, I heard outside, yes, outside the visual field of a, yes, stationary opponent that does not allow one normal step. I heard someone say that, fantastic. Or makes blank within the blank field of a stationary opponent. Makes contact within the, starts with a V, visual field of a stationary opponent. Excellent. Play.
First one's supposed to move.
Chick with the ball is where you want to focus. Bang. How many people think that is illegal? Put your hand up. Okay, I like this. How many people think it's okay? It's no problem. Legal.
I wanted to see it
Can't
again.
abstain, you have to vote.
It's not no problem,
I wanted to
Okay?
see it again.
So it is legal in your mind. So I had about 4 people that say legal, and I had the rest say illegal, and I had some people that didn't put their hands up, let's be honest. Let's see if we can play it again. Okay, so let's think back to what we were talking about. Does the defender see her before there's contact? Does she get a normal step? Does she get a step, a normal step backward before there's contact, yes or no? Just from the one time you saw it. Okay?
Why do you trail with that?
That's the, Leeds primer. It's a Leeds primer, it's
But the
NCAA.
1, 2, 3, you've
So
got
Leeds
all
primer.
the.
So Leeds, dude, so Leeds primary. You fucking rep college with me? You fucking better not call my play.
Just carry on.
Carry on! I'm teasing, I'm sorry. I have a
Because
little
he's
bit-
got the counts,
Yeah.
and you received the play in the corner.
My primer. My primer.
It's her primary, just shake your head like this. There you go.
Not yet. So you understand why that's illegal, right? Okay.
They have a boom on her too.
Oh, so you know what, this is what I think. Just leave it right there, leave it right there. What I think is, coach said, you don't set that pig for her, you're sitting your ass right here next to me.
Right.
She goes, coach, I'm gonna make sure I set that pig. And I'm gonna, she goes and gets her because her teammate used to. So she goes and gets, she makes sure she gets her.
Yep.
Okay, let's move to the next one, next play. All right, let her rip. Amazing. Let her rip. You're gonna see 2 angles, so don't panic when you don't see, when you go, not really sure. You're gonna see it again. Yep, that's Liz.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yep, illegal.
Okay, illegal screen or legal? How many people say illegal? Okay, I wanna know why. I'm gonna pick on you right now. Tell me what's illegal about that.
Me?
Guy in purple. Can't remember your name, sorry, I had you yesterday, I apologize. Thank you.
She was not moving in the same direction and blocked her trail. I don't know, that's bad wording.
Yep.
She's moving into the player.
Moving into the player instead of with her.
Okay, so have you heard the phrase screen to roll, roll to screen? You've heard that phrase, right?
No, look at that.
Does she do one of those 2 things? She rolls to screen, doesn't she? She goes and she decides, I'm gonna make sure I get you. Okay?
Takes her out of play.
Yep.
Creates a
She would have set the screen and then rolled, but she
doesn't.
went under the screen, so she tried to get
Correct.
it in.
Using my
Correct.
shoulders and elbows.
Correct.
So it's this.
Correct. Do you wanna play it again? So
This is
she,
screen to try to get it, get it out.
so she, right, so she does not, first of all, she's not stationary. She doesn't set the screen. She rolls and gets her, right? She never sets the screen. Totally takes her out. Now, let's talk about, if you can get that thing to play again. So, I come from lead on this play. Okay? Look at the center and trail, and I want you to put yourself in their positions and ask yourself, why do they not have a whistle? It's their play. Okay? Can you stop it? Or are you gonna F it up? Okay, why do you think C and T do not have a whistle?
They're watching the ball.
Watching the ball, perhaps. Okay, what else could be going on?
Well, there's that gray zone of who's gonna receive the, maybe the play.
Okay. What else is there to look at though for both of them? right? They're both looking at it, they're both looking at it, right? Did you see that? They're both looking at it? Okay, so not in the right position. Not looking at it. What else would you be looking at? I'm not sure. But we miss shit, right? Okay, so when they were asked, this is international, so the observers that we have are international. First of all, that is really out of primary. Agree? Pretty obvious foul though? Obvious foul?
Yeah.
Okay, my mentality was, and I'll tell you my mentality and why I came and got it. Almost came with a primary whistle. She had 3 other illegal screens out of my primary that I saw that were not called, that I did not go get, and I went, I am not gonna let her fuck up my game.
Absolutely.
Anymore. And I just went, that's it, I'm done with her. I don't care if my partners get pissed off, I'm taking care of this game. I was done with her. So I went and got it. Now, I take a risk doing that, because the last time I did that in international ball, I was raked over the coals. Like by my supervisor, basically told, don't ever do that again. In some language I didn't understand, but I got the gist. So we get in the locker room for this play, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna just get ripped, and I don't care. I don't care, because I'm like, I'm done with her. I'm sick of her beating the shit out of people. She calls refs assholes and fuckheads and all this shit, and nobody does anything with her. Nobody.
I think the player, not the ref.
The player, that big girl.
I'm making sure.
Yeah, no, yeah. So we get in the locker room, and the observer goes, okay, why do you not have a whistle on this play? He shows it, puts it up like this, why do you not have a whistle? And you go, I didn't see it. He goes, how can you not see this? You're looking at it. What is wrong with you? And why do you not have this? You also looking at it. What? And forget it. I'm done with you two. Why did you have a whistle? And now I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, because it was obvious and she's had too many that we missed and I was done. And he goes, well, wrong person call it, but very good, very good. So I got lucky. For the first time in my international career, I didn't get my face ripped off. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so if it is not legal if a player, when screening a moving opponent, does not allow the opponent blank and blank to avoid contact by blank or blank direction. Blank to blank. Does not allow the opponent time and distance to avoid contact by stopping
Or changing
or
direction.
changing direction. Excellent. The blank of the player to be screened will determine where the screener may take his or her blank position. This is the weirdest rule in the high school rule book. We reworded it because I didn't like the way it was worded in your book. That's really messed up to me, all that shit in there. So I'm trying to clean it up. But what does it essentially say? The speed of the player to be screened will determine where the screener may take his or her. Not starting.
Screening,
You have your rule book right there. I know you do. Look at it. May take his or her. See if you can find it. The speed of the player to be screened will determine where the screener may take his or her blank position. Say again? Close, but not quite. Anyone? Peanut gallery? Peanut gallery? Peanut gallery? Peanut gallery? Dick? Anyone?
partner.
Stationary! Play it.
Partner.
Did we say that already? I'm sorry. This is a two-for-oneer. 2-meal deal. Should have had 2 screens on this. Oh, we'll get the second one. Okay, we'll get the second one. Should we have had a whistle on the first one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gave her the hip.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. And we should have a legal screen right there. It's like, oh shit. And oh, okay, we'll get you.
Yeah, we'll get
She's
the
like,
second one.
bitch, come on. Okay, let's play the next one.
Can I get for one game?
I got you. Oh, here we go. When opponents are blank in exactly the same path and direction in the screen, down response and contact results, the blank player shall be responsible for such contact. This makes no sense to me.
Balls are moving.
Moving in exactly the same path and direction. Who's
Offense.
responsible? The player who is?
In front.
Nope. Nope.
Behind.
This makes no sense to me. That's why it makes no sense to you either.
Offense.
Behind.
Offense.
Nope. Nope.
Stops or?
Nope.
The screen.
Nope.
Ball.
There it is.
Screen player.
Think about,
Say check it out. Makes no sense. Check it out. Play.
The trailing player?
The trailing player. This rule is asinine.
That's crazy.
You'll see. Yeah.
But you know what, it hasn't changed
Just
from
hit
here.
it's, leave it black. It takes a second to come. Takes a second to come. There we go. Let it go. I saw it start going. No. Did you click the arrow there? It's not cooperating? There we go. It's coming. It takes a second because it's black and then it comes. Just give it a second. Oh, you mother farmer. Such a good play.
Here's the opening.
That is just wrong. We're gonna put that play up on my stick after because you need to see it. Or you can do it now. Anyway, okay, moving on, I got others. But that is really, really good play. We need to see that, it's so good. But it makes no sense to me. Okay, here we go. No player shall use their blanks, or blanks to force through a screen or to hold or push the screener. Arms,
Arms,
hands.
hands, hips,
You're
legs.
cheating, you're looking at your book. Okay, don't look at your book. Arms, hands, what?
Hips or
Arms,
legs?
hands,
Hips or legs?
legs or shoulders, good.
Shoulders.
Here we go.
Anything.
Let her rip. What do you got? Defensive foul? Not a legal screen? Defensive foul?
Can I see it one more time?
One more time.
Oh, yes. Don't you wish we could see things one more time when we're on the floor? Wish I could. What matters is the screener is there and stationary, right? Yeah. Okay, let it rip. If it wants to go, I don't know if it's gonna go, not sure. No, it's not gonna go. You guys had it right anyway. Push through the screen, right?
Yeah.
So she used her entire body. She used arms, legs, shoulders, everything. All factors were there. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead, Nick. Yeah. It's illegal if the screener sets a screen on a blank defender and doesn't allow the defender blank to blank strides to blank or blank direction.
Moving.
Okay, on a moving defender, it is illegal if the screener sets a screen on a moving
1 to 2.
defender and doesn't allow the defender blank to blank. I heard what I hear, 1 to
1 to 2.
1 to 2 strides to blank or blank. Stop
Stop
and change
and
direction.
change direction.
Okay, sounds a little repetitious kind of from the previous one. Watch midcourt. Ed the horse is coming to get you. Bang. Oh, hello. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to play that again, but I think you guys got the gist, because I heard, oh,
Welcome to midcourt.
oh, hello, midcourt. Hi, midcourt. Well, she sets illegal picks. So why was that illegal? I heard someone say it. Moving opponent, this system is shit, hey? System is shit. Moving opponent, so what was the issue? So the opponent's moving, did she give her 1 to 2 strides, yes or no? Barely, hey? Okay. Was the screener stationary?
Yes.
Or did she give a little extra? Hell, she did. And we fucking missed it, all of us. All of us. It's a no call. We have no whistle. That's a great feeling when you get
Oh,
into
here it
the
is.
locker room and your boss calls and goes, that screen at center court, blow your whistle. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so who can help? What official can help in this? Jeff, you can't answer? Center?
C.
No, I was just holding scratching my head.
Center can help as long as he has an open look and as long as he doesn't go like this. Which happened, okay? He doesn't have an open look and then he turned his head the last second, so we pooched it.
First crack, right?
Yeah, we pooched it, Hey, we're all human, right? Next play, let's go. Moving opponent coming, hand off screen. Doesn't give her steps, right? So moving opponent, hand off screen. I call that the ships passing in the night screen. That's how I train people in Canada. I go, because we don't see that a lot, actually, in Canada, that particular screen. It's now starting to come into our game, but it's here a lot. I just say, when you have a dribbler leaving like the wing and they're going towards their teammate who's coming the opposite direction, prepare your mind for a handoff screen, because that's probably what's gonna happen. Why else would you be going like this towards someone? I'm dribbling at you, you're coming my way, I know we're gonna do this, right? Get your eyeballs to the place they need to be, which is to the handoff person. I don't know how you made that work, but you did, Nick. Well done.
I have to go back to the previous slide.
Okay. All right, referring back to the rules we just Same thing, what? What'd I hear?
Pass off screen.
Okay, so hand off screen, did she give her step? No.
And she wasn't
didn't.
set.
This one, the previous, that one, leave that one, let's go back to the other one. This one that we're coming to?
This one?
Yes, this is fun, far side of the court. This is a gooder, holy snurkies. Ooh, hey!
That's illegal.
I've seen this, oh! Let's look at that again.
That was almost criminal right there.
That is a good sniper. Shots fired. Shots fired. Boom.
She got past him, there she fell.
What do you think? No call? No call? Was it legal?
No.
Okay, well, I heard different things. What did you see that was illegal? So now I'm a coach. What'd my kid do? What are you tell me? Threw her arm in her frickin' face, coach. You're gonna say that?
No time. She was
Still moving. Still moving.
threw an elbow out there.
Extended her elbow. Something.
It's like, pick one, coach. Coach, you got a couple of minutes. Explain how many things she did.
Let's see if we can get it. The one with the trailing player is gonna be the one that's. See if we can get it now, the black screen. No second thoughts on this. See if we can get this. Who's responsible for this play? Box. You know what, let me give you my stick and see. Cause it's played, I want you to see it just because.
There goes.
Oh, is it going? Oh, okay.
We watch it.
Oh, just wait, it's coming up the center court now. You're gonna get two angles, you won't see a great one here, but there's gonna be something here.
I see right here. That's pretty
You're gonna get a really nice look at it in a sec here. Yeah.
Oh.
That's a 2-point takedown.
That's right.
Look at it.
And she would get a T then, was she?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
So according to your rule, who is the foul on? According to the rule we just read. According to the rule we just read. Responsibility of the whom? Trailing player.
Wow.
That's BS. I hate that rule. I think that's ridiculous. You said white, because what did white do that you saw?
Why potentially impede the progress of the trailing player?
Right.
Slowing down, getting in front.
Mhm. Go ahead.
So, but the rule says when screening an opponent, is that considered a screen if she's not even
She's
facing
next, she
her?
get the call there.
You know what?
But is that a legal screen, right? So,
Walking out of the court.
I wouldn't say that.
You can see the
that's my
screen.
only thing, is it actually classified as a screen? 'Cause we call
That's
it a
why I put
screen,
this
it's
in
a
here,
legal
because I
screen.
wanted someone to ask that question. What do you think?
Sorry.
I don't think
No,
that's a
I
screen.
like that. I wanted someone to ask.
You can
That
see what
would be a
happened.
legal screen.
She didn't get the call from, on Brittany Griner when she went to the basket. She got pissed, take it out on this BS, and then instigated an issue which baited Griner to come after and chest up.
I would, yeah, I don't think that's a screen.
I don't think it's a
by
screen.
definition,
It's not a screen.
It's not the only trailing player foul I could find.
Well, no, I think if she stopped right in front of her, she's trying to set a screen, which is illegal, so
Yeah.
it should be on her.
On white.
Yes.
That's who the foul was called on. Okay, so now let's talk about the second portion. Let's talk about the second portion. So we have that, then we have them get up. And as soon as they both get up and they start coming at each other, what is that? Double T. Okay, and then they end up coming together. That's no longer a T anymore, is it, or is that still a T?
No.
If we wait that long, what is it then? If we don't give Ts before they come together, I don't know, what is it? It's your rule, I don't know. Is it flagrants? I don't know.
They're probably trying to just double team.
I'm asking you guys, I don't know, that's what,
I would say flagrant because contact, that's fighting.
Brittany Griner.
you're gonna throw Brittany. Well, I'll tell you what happened, so we had a foul on white, then we had a double T. Best part was, so when you have, I call, those are layer plays, so you have a foul followed by something else. And then maybe sometimes followed by something else. Those are layer plays, right?
What's the name of that foul?
That block, I called that block.
A block.
I called it a block. That's what I did, because that's what she did to me. I didn't really do anything until the table, obviously trying to put out fires and make sure that she doesn't, they don't fight, whatever. But, yeah, I remember I called it. So if we do have, one partner calls something, then the other partner calls something else, should we make sure the whole team knows what's been called?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, in this game, so you saw dumbass me go in there and grab whoever. So I grab Chica and I pull her away and I'm having a chat with her because I'm trying to keep her from losing her damn mind. Because she's gonna freaking punch someone in the face. Because she feels like Griner's beat the shit out of her. She wanted a foul. She created her own contact, did a little sweepy sweep. Illegal. Griner's got 8-foot freaking arms. Her span is 8 feet, if you didn't know that. So she just goes, get the fuck out of here, bitch, and she takes off, right? Okay, so that's what she does. She just cleans her, and she's like, that's it, I'm done. Because Griner's been pounding her all game, it's been great. And I'm like, this chick's gonna fucking snap. And as soon as we no-called that, I went, here comes, but I did not expect that. They always say expect the unexpected. How are you gonna expect the unexpected when you don't know when the fuck it's coming? Right? You're not gonna expect this. I just knew something's gonna happen. She's gonna go peek at least. I did not expect the slowdown and poof, and then that, I did not expect that. Anyway, so it happened. It was awesome. It's the best play of my entire career, probably. It's just the funnest thing ever. So, anyway, so that happens. We call the foul. I pull her away and I'm having a chat with her, trying to keep her head on straight, right? You can see we're talking. Okay, we're facing the table. Behind me, unbeknownst to me, my partner's gone like this. Okay, I don't know, because he's behind me, right? So I call my foul, we're not shooting. All of a sudden, we are throwing the ball on the sideline, like, oh, okay. And we get to a timeout, and he says, oh, Kevin, by the way, I called technical fouls on these two. I go, oh, you did? I go, you know, that might be important information for me, because what if that's a fourth foul on both of them, for example, now? And I think they have 3, and they're 2-star players.
Not
You
good.
might want to share that with me. Oh, well, you should know. Okay, we're done. You're right, however, I did, because I don't have eyes in the back of my head. Anyway, so, yes,
So I don't, does anybody know, is there a definition of fighting? Because I don't see a definition of fighting. Do you have a definition of fighting? And, because, I mean.
yeah, fighting first NCA.
Yeah.
Yes, NCA fighting is any combative act, correct? You don't even need to, you just need to go, dip it out. You just need to go like this.
Okay.
And that's a fight. Am I wrong? This is a fight. It's this. Oh, I have to play like that. Can you find for it? Pull her hair? Oh, it's a good one. Yeah.
Because I mean, this would, even if it's considered fighting, it's
Yeah.
technically foul, so.
Would you consider that a fight, you guys?
No. I wanted to explain it more.
That's just,
Yeah. Quarter 2 if you have to rest. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I wanted to explain a little more about fighting the technical foul.
Well, so it's classified in the book as under player technical as a flagrant foul. To be charged with fighting is a flagrant foul, but that's it. so.
That was the change last year, right?
Non-sporting. Falls under every sport there is.
Yeah, as a projection.
If you do unsporting behavior, it can be mean. If I go
Excessive.
in his face, that's unsporting behavior.
Yeah.
Because then it could lead to contact, hit, or something like that, so that's why it's in that, to me.
But like a flagrant foul, but it's not a rejection.
It can be.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Flagrant
Think
foul.
about your verbiage that you're using. What's a flagrant foul?
It's an objection.
Rejection.
Disqualification, no
I'll
matter
start
what.
mixing the words now. Do you need 2 technicals to toss somebody?
No.
Right, yeah, you don't. You can toss them for the first one. Been there, done that? Full of game, right? Oh, here it comes.
Call it, flagrant 1 and flagrant 2, so like that.
I'm done, I don't know anything about that.
We don't call it that.
Go ahead.
Ask the NBA.
Comment.
NBA.
Oh, no.
NBA.
Nowhere near.
NBA?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make early on in our experience with the rule book is going into too much of our understanding of what we want it to say. If you just simply stick to what it says, then you'll have a lot more success, not only delivering the verbiage correctly to the coaches, but also simplifying it in your mind what you actually saw. And I think that from what I've seen today alone, there's a whole lot of very intelligent people in here. But the biggest mistake we can make as intelligent people is being too intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, just keep it simple. If it says that, that's what it is. You don't very often do your understanding of it, just, that's what it is, that's what it is. Keep it simple, helps you be efficient. When you gotta adjudicate tough situations, because when you're not being efficient in your adjudication of a tough situation, you offer yourself up to a lot of speculation. You give the players too much time to mill over what just happened, and you don't get to the point that you flush it and move on to the next play.
So, if I may, it's the reason why they have such a vague definition in the book is because every game situation is a little bit different. If you are having combated games, and you just simply kind of fed up with that type of basketball, it gives you that leeway to say, that's it, I'm done with it, you're out of here, hit the road. And it kind of tells everybody else on the court, hey, guys, we done spent that, we can't go back there anymore, because they're now starting to throw us out of the game. So, and a good place to pick that up is at halftime, kind of saying, guys, we're letting this game just get kind of out of control, and where we gotta get back in control of the game.
So, good. At what point do you want to control the basketball game? What's a good time?
At the tip.
From the tip.
Anybody else?
The moment you step in the floor.
I think,
Anything we want to clean up, we want to clean it up, because we don't know what the game's gonna be like, right?
Right.
The first 3 to 5 minutes determines how that game's gonna go. Anything we do, we want to clean up in the first 3 to 5 minutes of that basketball. Everything else, that's our fault, right? So we allow that to happen.
Oh, question.
No, it's, so last year, varsity game, game was going great, close game. 2 minutes, about 40 seconds left in the game. Kid goes up, grabs a rebound. Kid comes down, wraps him up, foul's called, he tosses him to the ground, his player comes in, pushes him, 2 players come off the bench. Nothing in the game,
Oops.
nothing let us know that was happening.
Oops.
And so that was a very interesting situation, which I actually went and took it to my association before it got written up, because all 4 players got ejected. We considered the headlock throwing down a flagrant foul. We considered the push in the back because he pushed him from the lane line to his bench, a flagrant foul. It happened pretty much like that, both of them. Each player that came off the bench, we had to eject both of them for coming out in a situation where there was something going on the floor.
Was it from the same team?
No, one from each team.
Ah, makes a difference, okay.
So it was interesting because the 2 flagrants we canceled out. 2 fouls on the board. 2 players coming off the bench, those 2 canceled out. 2 more fouls up on the board. The rebounding team got the ball back on the end line. But it was one of those that when I talked to the crew and everything, it was like, it was a emotional game, but we didn't feel it was to the level of fighting. Plus, we wanted to take the circumstance that it was right before playoff time. So in Washington State, that's a 5-game ejection. And so with it being so close to playoffs, it was like, I want to get a consensus on how we want to do this. And so a lot of people, we were able to, technically we weren't supposed to, but I went and saw the play and I was like, yeah, I don't
Let me
think
ask
that's
you a question.
fighting.
How long did it take you to start that out?
It took me, well, I had a couple of newer
Took the
officials.
team,
It
the crew.
took us, I pulled them, sent everybody to their bench, pulled my 2 partners in, and I was like, okay, what do we have? We have this, we have this.
So
This
you're
is what we're
replaying
gonna
the
do.
sequence, the process.
Yes, and so then I went up to the coaches. It only took us a couple minutes to sort it out, gave them a little bit extra time for both teams to cool down.
Bring both coaches together at the same time?
I brought both coaches together,
Okay.
said, okay, this person is ejected for this person is, well, I said disqualified, not
Okay.
ejected.
Cool.
This player's disqualified for this player's disqualified for this, these two players are disqualified for leaving the bench, both of you are seated for the rest of the game. There's gonna be these two fouls here, these two fouls here, we're gonna continue with this team getting the ball on the end line.
Okay. And how'd that go for you?
Everybody was good.
Okay.
And then I had actually pulled my partners together and said, okay, this just blew up on us. Keep our head on a swivel, tighten things up. There's 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in this game, let's not let anything get out of hand.
Is it easier for us to loosen up or tighten up?
Tighten.
Oh, who said tighten?
I did.
Okay. You guys agree? It's easier to loosen.
I have a question for you. So, this is a three-parter. One, were you and your crew and your association able to watch the video of this?
I was able to watch the video, yes.
Okay, good. Number two, are you familiar with the concept of antecedent behaviors?
Of what?
Antecedent behaviors. So antecedent behaviors are little bitty things that
Oh, yes,
happen
yes.
that lead to big things
Right.
erupting in front of you. And I guarantee you that if you watch that film thoroughly, you will see probably an initial antecedent behavior, followed by a get back, followed by another get back, which ends up in an explosion. And then number three, are those two teams rivals in any sense? Like, is there a history between the two?
Yes.
Okay, so my advice would be, because unbeknownst to you, I've had a game blow up on me. And the mistake that I made was, one, I didn't take into consideration the rivalry of it. I didn't. I was like, I'm super confident nothing's gonna happen in my game. Number two, because it was a rivalry game, the antecedent behaviors that led to my situation actually happened in the first matchup of the season. So nobody from my association shared the video that was the antecedent behavior that led to the blow up in my game. Then number three, we discount, because that's not our world. I mean, we float in it, but we don't live in it. Social media. The amount of antagonism that goes on in social media between teenagers is amazing.
Yeah.
We can't even fathom it. So everything that a game needs to blow up happens well before we take control of the context. That's why we have to do our due diligence to communicate as an association. If you have some old wickety wackety shit happen in your game, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna fester till it ends up in my game. And if we don't communicate that, then guess what? You just left a shit sandwich in my lap. So everything's something to grow on though, but just, we have to be more cognitive of the world that we live in. I mean, we're a little bit more advanced in age than most of the people that we officiate. So they're living in a total different, they call each other bitches and hoes and fuckboys all on social media. My generation, oh fuck,
You just meet face to face.
face to face.
Put it down, let's
So-
go.
You get to the parking lot. All right.
Gotta go to the queue.
Yes, sir.
So, I've sat in one of Andre's pre-games, a couple of them, and he touched on it, but he used the word in his pre-game, anticipation. And whatever the other words you enunciate, those little things that lead to big things. So, I'm gonna throw my partner underneath the bus. Okay? As in our game earlier, I said, I was talking to another fellow official about, I've seen this team, they have tendencies, let's identify different things about the player, and educational. And he said, when I go into a game, I go into it neutral, objectively, not giving any credence to anything that goes around. So, I know some of you probably see kids that you do an AAU or something like that, and humans are creatures of habit. If they do it at 8, they're not gonna stop at whatever, right? So I think it's important that you identify that to your fellow crew to keep the tempo and keep game management under control.
Gary, all information is good information, bro. Anything, you might think it might not be a big deal, but it's a big deal. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, as a teacher, I've watched the effect of COVID on our young people. And not talking about COVID, the illness, COVID, the mental illness.
They've gotten more aggressive.
Okay, they don't have the ability to socialize like they once did. Not that they were ever very fucking good at it, okay? But now they're really shitty. They're totally shitty. They have no people skills, okay? On top of that, they don't know how to communicate very effectively because they missed 2 years of training of how to communicate to their peers, all right? And then throw this into the mix. Every child, regardless if they get along with their parents or not, has the desire to please an adult. So if you take the pressure of not knowing how to communicate, not having very good social nonverbal skills, and wanting to make your mama and daddy proud, when things get elevated, if we aren't paying attention to the small little things that are going on that can ruin our games, then things will go bad really, really quickly. And I was listening to Karen when she was talking, and I was like, you know what? That's why I really appreciate her. But I wanted to add something to her mix, just a little bit. When it comes to what we do, right? It's all perception. It's all perception. When you come into the gymnasium, and I shared a little bit earlier when I was talking, I was the type of player that I read everybody. I read the officials. I knew which one was probably an athlete and which ones were. When you come in, if you exude confidence from every aspect of what you do, nobody will ever know that you never played this game. I'm talking about kids who come up to you, damn ref, those are nice shoes. Credibility. Credibility. Now if you come out here in the bobos, no credibility. You a bobo. You come in, your pants is right, your uniform's right, everything's looking like you, credibility. Credibility comes when you make a difficult call, right? You make a difficult call, you make a tough decision, and all of a sudden you do this. Or you look at your partner like, no credibility. We shoot ourselves in the foot so many times with our nonverbals. The things that don't say anything but say every fucking thing. Right? And I think the biggest thing that I took away from what Karen was talking about outside of being really good on our screens is screens are such a tough bang bang play that if you lose confidence at any point in what you're calling, then nothing else you're gonna call is gonna mean shit. So, nice to work. This couple.
How many of you have ever started a new job or something in your career where they tell you, forget everything you learned, this is the real stuff right now?
Yeah.
That drives me freaking nuts.
Me too.
Why would you spend all those years, all that money learning, but now we're starting over and we don't want you to build on that, we want to teach you something new, right? Continue to use those building blocks. You know, like you said, there's more to your pregame. You get your game, you call your partners. Open the newspaper up, open Google. If you've got a 5-0 team and a 4-1 team, be aware of that. If you've got a crosstown rivalry, be aware of that. Bad juju happens between them, right? Yeah. Anybody got anything else that they want to share?
The game that I had, because you got me on this fight shit.
So
listen, I want to tell you real. This is what happened. It was Sumner versus Emerald Ridge. This was about, I want to say 4 seasons ago. In the first matchup, Sumner Emerald Ridge, at the very end of the game, shit you not, little point guard from Sumner goes up to a player from ER who was a bench player, reserve guy just in the game, stands really close to him, balls his fist, looks the other way and swings back and hits him in his groin.
Oh.
Horn goes off. It happens right in front of an official, who was the C official, who was not looking at that right there, could look at here for, whatever. Horn goes off, official sprint off the court. Kid saying, right? For 3 weeks, these two went at it on social media. Bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna fuck you up. It's on site, right? So I get the game, falls in my lap. I'm like, whatever, doesn't happen, I'm Dre. My shirt's tight, I've been in the weight room, and the place full of shit around here, right? Okay. Long story short, I'm gonna tell you, this is real talk. The kid who got hit in the groin area is a bench player, sees never ever comes in the game. Coach at ER, who will remain nameless, decides he's gonna put homeboy in the game, right? Homeboy gets in the game, he's doing his thing, said culprit who did this, did it again. Dude comes over to me, you shit. Oh, homie, I ain't see that, what's wrong? You remember this? I was like, hey man, go sit down. Yeah. Right? He goes sit down. Dude sits 2.5 quarters. Comes back in the game. Now my antenna should have been up, but no, I'm Dre. Right? Dude comes in the game, we go down this way, I'm the lead. Nothing. We go back the other way, I'm the trail. Homeboy blows the guy up. I'm talking about like blows him up. I got the foul. Tweet. I do my job, I hold. Everything's cool, my partner's got it. I open the pivot to report. I look over my shoulder. Dude made a beeline to my guy, and WWE hee-haw slammed him. Bop! I'm like, oh shit. So I run over, my partner, and this is something that I don't ever suggest you do. Never touch players unless you really have to. My partner hovers over the kid that just got slammed. Hovers over him, just over him, like to protect him. Yeah. And the kid that slammed him, I got an eye line, I go grab him and I lift him and I'm moving him. And I'm like, you're good. Not one player from the ER bench got up. The entire Sumner bench left. One game before playoffs. So now Sumner goes into the playoffs with a JV squad. And ER, who they played in the first round, has a whole squad. It was a hit. It was a hit.
Oof.
I hate to break up the party.
Yeah.
Love you, dude.
I love you.
Okay, so whoever was on the 12 o'clock games out there,